All right, guys. Hey, here we go again. We back in the house. Um, Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors, they have decided to get engaged. Okay. I did a video about these two people earlier, and guys, listen. You do things at the right time. You do things at the wrong time. Uh, and as I always told you guys in the videos, you have to make sure you're doing things at the right time. It's about timing. Um, it's not really luck. Sometimes it's luck, but most of the time it's timing. And these two have decided to get engaged at the what, guys? Wrong time. I want you guys to keep an eye on this. All right. And the reason I want you guys to keep an eye on it is because this is how you pressure test your knowledge when it comes to astrology. This is how I've done it over the years to perfect the craft. Okay, you have to pressure test your knowledge. Okay, so this is one way of doing it for all you novice out there, or people who want to try to get into the craft or whatnot. Okay, you got to take these two people and look at the chart, see what's going to happen, and pressure test your knowledge when it comes to planetary alignments, because that's what we're going to look at. So these two have decided to get engaged. Was it November 17th? That was a Saturday, right? So let's just take a look, all right? And just looking at the transits, I already told you guys, if you haven't watched the video about Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors and Franklin, just go back and watch that video, because basically what I do go over is these two, it's not going to go anywhere, guys. First of all, again, they did this at the wrong time once again, right? So let's just take a look at everything. And the first thing to pop out for me is what? Look at transit in Saturn right here, okay? Now, we do got a birth time. Of course, you can see it right here in the corner over here. Now, as you can see, transit in Saturn is in her 7th house. So she's restructuring her relationships and how she sees and views relationships right now, right? So it's in complete opposition of what? Venus. So when she made the decision to get engaged, she's doing this under what type of energy, guys? A very malefic type of planetary alignment, okay? So you never want to make a decision like that, an engagement, when Saturn is in opposition of your natal Venus, okay? So again, that's just one thing to pop out. Another thing to pop out, we got transiting Jupiter up here in Gemini. Jupiter is in its detriment in Gemini, guys. On top of that, it's retrograde. So it's debilitated twice, right? And it's incomplete. It's square. It's basically squaring her natal Venus. All right, so it's absolute, guys. So there you go again with that. So you got two very detrimental planetary alignments that's going on when you announcing your engagement. Okay, that's why I want you guys to keep an eye on this. All right, because it's just gonna snowball. Okay, and that's why you really want to do things at the right time. Okay, all right. So look, that's just a couple of things. Again, now we have Juno right here, right? As of right now, it is at 5 degrees of Scorpio. So that's actually creating a semi-square to her natal Venus. So what you have a lot of detrimental planetary alignments to her Venus, all right, to her natal Venus. So basically, it's basically not a good engagement. I would not call this a good engagement, guys. All right, I just wouldn't. Just based on just those planetary alignments. And look, let's just leapfrog through time, just to January, right? So if you're just looking at January, as a matter of fact, we go leapfrog one more day. And just looking at this day, January 17th, which they're going to come into some issues. At least I think this is going to pressure test their engagement, by the way, guys. As you can see, of course, Saturn is still in opposition of Venus. And again, we still have, transiting Jupiter up here, which, guys, and this is what I mean, somebody's going to end up changing their mind, okay, especially when this goes direct. You got a lot of stuff going on with that. All right. So, of course, you got the transiting sun right here. It's a complete square to her natal Juno. So you got that going on. So it's a lot of stuff that's going to be transpiring in January with these two that might just, kind of shake their relationship up. And she could just, like I said, with this Jupiter in Gemini like that, somebody's going to end up changing their mind, all right? And she wants to be free, all right? So Jupiter rules freedom, as you guys know. So just make sure you keep an eye on that. Now, let's just kind of take a look at his chart. And, it kind of reflects in his chart as well. Of course, he's having financial issues, guys. So the first thing that pops out for me is, of course, his transiting sun is basically squaring the nodes. So you see that? It's squaring his natal nodes right there. And also, of course, you got transiting Uranus right here. All right. So that's also squaring his nodes. So, he wants to get engaged. Now, look, he does got some good stuff right here. Of course, you got Venus. Transiting Venus is in the Capricorn, it's kind of solidified there, which is good. And that basically created a conjunction with his natal Saturn. So he does want to love her for a long time, guys. So that's good. That's absolute right there. So that's pretty nice, right? Also, now it does square his Mercury and his Juno, but it's really what really matters is what's going on in her chart, because she's the one that's going to be changing her mind about this. All right. And again, guys, like I told you guys, transiting Saturn in his chart is in opposition of his sun. So that's gonna restrict him from getting work. All right. It's gonna restrict him from doing a lot of stuff. It's gonna create a situation where he's likely gonna be depressed. She's gonna be tired of, again, taking care of him. So you got that going on. So we leapfrog through time in January with his, of course, if you look to see what's going on with the planetary alignments, you see Saturn is actually absolute with his sun. Okay, it's opposing his sun. It's absolute, guys. So right now, guys, Mercury's retrograde. So that's why I told you guys to keep an eye on this, because we're going to take a look back at this. All right. And also take a look at his transit in Juno. That's squaring the nose, guys. See that? That's squaring the nose right there. So just keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on it, because this is how you learn this. All right. So keep this in mind. Keep an eye on Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors with the engagement. We all know where it's going, guys. Again, down the drain, like I told you guys, because she's going to be tired of taking care of him. He's not going to be able to find work. She's going to be looking down at him, talking down to him. And, hey, it is what it is, guys. He's not able to fulfill his role as a man. So it's going to put her in, some type of survival mode. So it's going to be detrimental to the relationship, guys. So keep an eye on this, and I'll get back with you guys on the next video. Peace.